I am bouncing between each store successfully a couple times a week. So, I'm in Newport News, but I go to Hampton once or twice a week, and I'll check the product out, make sure it's okay.
This is Blair Durham with Black Wall Street Today, your media hub for all things Black entrepreneurship, politics, news, and events in Hampton Roads and beyond. Greetings.
All right, this is a special episode of Black Wall Street Today, the podcast. Today we have our guest, Lashonda Sanford from Scratch Bakery, hanging out with our queen, Blair Durham from Black Wall Street Today with Blair Durham. So check this out and enjoy this special episode.
It's me, and I don't have any experience, and I'm not a chain, I'm not a franchise, and I'm just interested in, And so literally I got a call, and it was from the other place in Fort Worth. And they were saying, hey, we want you to come. We want you to see what we have to offer. Okay. And I was like, well, thank you so much. I'm headed there soon. But I say that story to say that don't be discouraged when one door closes. There's going to be another door that opens. You just are patient.
Sure.
And I think it's so funny that, years down the road, there was a bakery that they opened in PTC and they closed down. And then the leasing people there called me and said, hey, you want to come to here? And I was like, no, I think I'm okay.
I'm good. So what year did you officially go storefront?
2011, August 2011.
Okay.
August, right in the middle of the recession.
Yeah.
So we looked at the space, and so it was literally like a small 800 square feet place. Like, I don't even know how we could put anything in that space, but I tell you what, I think one of the things that I have learned within the last 10 years is that, because we've opened three stores and within the 10 years, and we're opening up another store right now. But what I've learned is that you have to start small. And starting small, never despise someone with small beginnings, mm-hmm. Because when you see on the outside, it was like this big, and all I needed was an oven and a register and a display case. And I was like, I can make
those
it
three
work.
Things. Yeah.
That's all I need. And a sink.
And so what were you offering? Like when you started, you probably, what were you offering? Was it just the cupcakes? Was it cookies? And then tell me kind of like how you've expanded from there.
Well, I've always been pretty eclectic. I've always thought that our menu has really been really wide and broad and eclectic. Yeah. I know initially when we opened up, there was a lot of cupcake places that were opening up as well. And I thought, well, you just limit yourself, you put yourself in a box. When you are only doing one thing, then I think that you're only going to have one amount of money coming in,
right.
And so,
one stream.
And so I was thinking, well, no, we want to be full service. We want to do everything. We don't want to limit ourselves to anything. So if it's cookies, if it's scones, if it's cupcakes, if it's muffins, if it's custom cakes, if it's wedding cakes, we do it all. And so, and I've done that since the beginning, honestly. My menu hasn't really strayed at all from when we opened up. I mean, I've just made a little bit of everything. If I like this week, if I like a macaroon, hey, I'll make a macaroon. If I like,
oh my goodness, you're doing macaroons?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, so now we just got to go full-fledged to the Food Network piece, because as soon as I said macaroons, I thought about these 8-year-olds that were obsessing about the perfect macaroon, and I just admired their, like, oh my God, their drive to like figure out how to do it, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I was on the edge of my seat. So you gotta tell me what's the story? How'd you get in? What did you prepare? When did it air? Can we still go back and view it? All those things.
Yeah. So the show, I was sitting at my, I was in the bakery in Newport News, and I got a call. One of my staff members, they answered the phone, and they said, can I ask who's calling? I think she's busy because I was doing something. And then I heard them say, oh, this is such with the Food Network. And I was like, if you don't hand me that phone, bro, I'm going to kill you. Are you crazy? So I got on the phone. They literally just called me up, and they were like, hey, we have you heard of us, the Food Network? I'm like, absolutely, I've heard of the Food Network. And they said, well, we have a little show called the Holiday Baking Championship show, and we think that you would be a great fit. And I said, oh, okay. I said, well, do you know who you called?
I know, like,
I want to make sure you know who you call because I don't know how you would know. I said, how do you know who I am? I mean, I'm a little person in Virginia. And they were like, they just said, we know you and we like you. I don't know how. I do a lot of videos and
that gives me chills.
And later on, I found out when I got there with the other contestants, a lot of them had applied. And then they were like, well, did you apply here? And this is my third time applying. And I was like, I didn't know you could apply. I didn't know there was a such thing as applying for a show. I said, they just called me up. And after that, the contestants were not really nice to me. They were like,
you did.
They were not too happy with me. Like, they just called you. I'm like, they just called me. But, so they called me for the show and they said, okay, well, you got to do this. Then you have to do an application. Then you have to submit some videos and things like that. And I said, okay. And so the next day I had to submit all this paperwork and all this stuff. And they want to know that you're really well-rounded baker. They want to know that you're not just a one-note person. Yeah. If they feel like you can only do a cake or only do a pie, they're not probably going to select you because as you see, when I got on the show, I had to make things that I've never even heard of before. Most times where I just not familiar with some of the things that I made. But
tell me about them, like, because there's normally there's 2 or 3 rounds of competition.
Yeah, it's two rounds of baking every single show.
So how many shows were you on?
So I was on every show except for the last one. So I was on 7 shows.
Whoa. So you baked a total of 14 things, at least 14 things.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It was a lot.
You were on for a whole season is what you're saying.
Yeah, I was on for the whole season. And so that's the longest. Yeah, that's the longest show that they actually have. The Food Network has is the Holiday Baking Championship. That's the longest show. It's an 8-week show. So it's the longest, it's like 2-month show that they have. And they said, well, you could be there for a week, up to 3 weeks. And I'm like, well, I'll probably go home the first week. I don't know what I'm doing probably. And I end up being there for, yes, I was top 5 and I was there for 7 weeks. So I was surprised how long I was in it.
Wow, okay, so give us the top 3 items that you baked.
Okay.
Your favorite.
Well, my favorite. So the number one thing I think I made was the 3-part cheesecake. The 3-part. So it was 1 cheesecake, but we had to make 3 different flavors of cheesecake in 1 cheesecake. Okay. And so I just was thinking like pies, and I was thinking like Thanksgiving dinner or something. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do a sweet potato pie. I'm going to do a pecan pie. I'm going to do a cherry pie, all in 1 cheesecake. And so
did you layer it?
So it was layered.
Or did you? Okay. Wow.
So we had to have dividers in there. And so everyone else, I was the only one that said, I'm not going to do a circle cheesecake. I'm going to do a square cheesecake. Because in my mind, it just made more sense to do it square so I could just have rows of cheesecake. Okay. But I'm the only one that did that. So I had that little advantage if it worked out, for me.
Okay, good.
Wow. And so because of that, I also had 3 different crusts with my 3 different pies too. So
they got 3 very unique experiences.
Very different. So
how did you plate it though? Or how did you serve it up?
How they plated it was they cut it straight across. Okay. So when it was put on the plate, it was like you have a whole row of sweet potato, and then we had to they always throw in a twist. And so the twist was we have to make a edible dessert to represent the what was inside on top of it. So I did like a golden cherry for my cherry. I did like a little pecan tasty for my pecan pie. And I did I think a leaf or something for my sweet potato pie. Yes. And so it got me the top place. I was top winner for that show. And they said, one of the comments were, this is more dessert than most people have in their entire Thanksgiving dessert.
Seriously?
In 1 plate. So I was proud of that.
I'm gonna have to go ahead and get some TV in my life. I missed all of that good stuff.
You gotta go watch it.
Okay, give me one more dessert just to get my.
I think everybody was really excited and wanted to try the eggnog eggnog chestnut pie. Eggnog chestnut pie. Yeah. Never had worked with chestnuts before.
Great. So what was the challenge that inspired that pie?
I don't even know. It was like all thing nuts. I think it was. We had everything we did was random. So you had to go pick up a piece of paper up, and it was like, it would tell you, okay, this is your nut or whatever. And I happened to get chestnut. And I'm like, what is a chestnut? I've never even heard except for the song, Chestnuts Roasting.
Right.
That saved me, because when I heard
roasted them,
chestnuts roasting, I roasted them.
Okay.
And roasting the chestnuts really made a huge difference. Right. But when we get the chestnuts, they're like in the freezer, they're like clammy, they're cold, they're not like a nut at all. They're like a bean or something. I don't know what it was, but it tastes like paste if you're just eating it raw. It tastes gross. But I end up making, because I'm from Kentucky, we have a thing called Derby pie.
Okay.
And Derby pie is like a chocolate chip, like pecan pie. So I just put it together with the chestnuts, and instead of pecans, I did chestnuts, and I did the chocolate chip, and I did like a pecan pie base, and I put the eggnog in there because eggnog was a twist. And I did an eggnog, and then we had to make it in a sheet pan, because it was, of course, you couldn't make it in a regular. It was so I had mine was a slab pie, so I had to do a slab pie. Never did that before, and then I had to, decorate it as such. And so that was one I was like top 2 on that pie. But yeah, I think those were probably my 2 favorite desserts I made on the show.
Man, so did you really, without giving away too many inside secrets, like, did you really only have however much time to make it?
Well, see, that's the thing.
Or was there like TV magic in there too?
Well, that's what I was thinking. Honest to God, I was thinking there's no way that we could successfully create something in an hour and a half, have it cool, cook, and then eat it. And I said, there's going to be some additional time somewhere. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. It was no additional time. They were not playing when they said you have 2 hours or 1.5 hours to create it. That's all you have. And so that was the number one challenging aspect of the whole thing. That's why I was if you saw the show, I was buckets of sweat. Okay. I was like, oh my God, this is unbelievable. This is crazy. I can't do this. This is nuts. But you have to do it. I mean, and it's not for everybody. I mean, it's not for everybody to conceptually think of something, an idea off the top of your head very quickly, and then prepare it. And everything you're making is no shortcuts. You're making your doughs, you're making your fillings, you're making your toppings, you're making your frostings, you're making your cookies, you're making everything from scratch. And you have that amount of time to do it in. So the only thing that was my advantage is that when I get into the bakery, I don't like the mundane of things. I don't like just being like so stagnant and doing the same thing over and over and over again as a baker in general. Mm-hmm. So I'll come in today and I'll say, okay, well today, what's a new cupcake? I'll ask my staff, throw me an idea. Let's make something, or give me something, or let's go get something from the fresh market, and I'll make something off top of my head. Yeah. And so because I do that improv,
those muscles were already.
It really helped me for the show, because I don't just do the same stuff. I literally, it's just very eclectic in what I bake and what I make. And people will come into the bakery and they say, can you make me a French apple pie? Or can you make me a can you make me an eclair or whatever? Yeah. And I'll say, sure. It's not on our menu, but I can make it.
Wow.
I don't know what I'm doing most of the time, but it always usually works out.
So fast forward to February 18th at your Newport News location. What are they serving up?
They're serving those. I'm telling you, I tell you, today's a good day because we are very, very much known for our chicken pot pies. And so today,
my chicken pot pie. No, I'm just kidding. Which is totally a Pillsbury crusted, but all the other stuff is
no. We're making our dough with some little flour, butter, and all that good stuff. So we I don't know what made me decide to do chicken pot pies when we first opened up. I used to do shepherd's pie too. I did that more. I don't do that as much now, but we do some food. So the only food we do is on Thursday as far as the chicken pot pie, and we'll do a hot dessert. So we usually do a peach cobbler apple crisp, apple cobbler, something of that nature, but it's always a hot dessert. So we'll do a peach cobbler, chicken pot pie on Thursday. So we have our scratchers that only come on Thursdays to get the chicken pot pie and peach cobbler. They know that's what they want.
Wow.
Today's a rainy, cold day. That is a peach cobbler, chicken pot pie kind of day.
Yes, it is.
So that's definitely on the menu today. But we also have homemade chicken salad sandwiches on croissants, and we have a homemade tuna salad on croissants or with crackers. So we do a little food as well. So that's on the menu today. In addition to like our wedding cake, our red velvet cake, our gooey bars, our German chocolate cake.
You just said the 3 magic words. What were they? Red velvet
cake. Yes, it is. It is no joke. Okay,
I judge a baker.
You should.
Bakery buy their red velvet cake.
You should. And my children crack me up because when I take them to like different bakeries and we'll eat like a red velvet cake, my 10-year-old will be like, "That is a chocolate cake with red." That's a chocolate cake with red dye. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, shut up."
You have to nail that flavor.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, there's one place, and it's down in Atlanta, that nailed it. I think it was Ray's in the City. I think it was.
Okay.
That was probably 12 years ago, 13 years ago. I have not been able to find anything remotely comparable.
Well, you gotta come. Okay. You gotta tell me. You gotta come. Right. You gotta tell me.
I'm excited. Is it red? Is it red? That's the first.
It's red. It's red. We're not using like beet juice. We're using just a little red in there. You know, you gotta put the color in. You know, some people just overthink things. They want to just be too crazy with this stuff. You know, let's put a little beet juice and just put a little red and not make it red. Okay, people look what they eat with their eyes first. They do. You know, they don't want it to be.
And you definitely doing a cream cheese frosting. You're not doing.
You definitely gotta do cream cheese frosting. I mean, there's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do that. But our banana pudding is like insane, and it sells out 2 or 3 times a day. So yeah, our banana pudding is top seller too. So
are you, Lashonda? Because I'm trying to visualize this. Like, I know chefs that say, I could only do the one location because I'm the QA person. Like, these are my recipes. Like, I got to make sure that every plate is right.
Yeah.
But you've done 3. Does that mean you have figured out like how to teach other people how to do what you do, or are you still doing all the baking and it's distribution?
No, I have taught these girls and I can't say guys. Well, yeah, I have one guy them. We usually have an all-girl staff, but we have one guy. But I have taught them to bake like me, and I tell them if bake like somebody's old like grannies in the kitchen. If you're not baking, you can't bake in my kitchen, okay? Yeah. So you really have to have a passion and a love for it. And I crack up because the girl who runs my Hampton store, this girl bakes like me. You know, this girl bakes like me, and she just knows how to do it. I taught her. It was just me and her in the kitchen for weeks, and now her peach cobbler, honey, is might be better. Okay,
how much is the training though? I mean, can I come in for a couple of weeks? And
I'm telling you, it's hard work.
Something
it's
that you
hard
did.
Work because sometimes I'm a dragon. I will tell you that. Sometimes I come in and I'll say, this doesn't work. You know, what is this? And I will throw an entire tray in the trash. And when I get that, I'm like,
I knocked over something in real life. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I tell them, you know, at the end of the day, if someone comes here and they tries it and it's not correct or it's not good, they're not going to say such and such did a bad job or such and such made that incorrect. They're going to say scratch is no good. And we are all scratch. You know, everyone here that is working, we are all representing scratch. And so you know, they can't say it's okay. Oh, I thought it was okay. No. Okay doesn't get them coming back.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, we want the best. We want perfection every single time. And that is very hard to figure out. And that doesn't happen with training new people every 5 minutes. These people have been with me for a long time,
Yeah.
And we try to keep them and to be with us and be our family and just stay with us for a long time, because it is a hard responsibility and trust me, when I go, I am bouncing between each store successfully a couple times a week. So, I'm in Newport News, but I go to Hampton once or twice a week, and I'll check the product out, make sure it's okay. And these girls, they know what they're doing. So thank God for that. It's hard work.
I have to ride over there today. You got me. I'm excited. So anything special that you're doing for Hampton Roads Black Restaurant Week as we wrap up?
Yeah, we're doing our you can do combos here because we do have food. So we're doing our chicken pot pie or our chicken salad or our tuna salad with chips and a whole cupcake for only $10.
Wait, what? Run that back.
We're doing a chicken pot pie, or you can have chicken salad, or you can have tuna salad, a bag of chips, and a cupcake for $10.
Oh, that's incredible.
That's a pretty good deal.
I need to get like 4 of those.
Yeah,
for the fam.
Yes, you do.
Great, man. Awesome. And you're doing that through the week, through the rest of the week.
Yeah, through the week. We've been doing it all week, and it's been going great. So yeah, we're definitely doing that. And we're really excited about our Hampton location because we're expanding our Hampton store right now.
Okay.
We should be open April, May in our new building, which is going to be a full menu expansion. So now we only do like 3 items that are food, but we're going to be doing much more food items in our new store and much more breakfast items, open earlier, closed later. I tell people it's almost like Starbucks meets Panera meets Scratch meets Baskin Robbins. They all had a baby in this one building. Yeah.
So give us the addresses for the 3 locations.
Okay, so it's 2 locations now. We had a location in Williamsburg that we have moved to Hampton, so we only have the 2 locations.
Okay.
So the address in Newport News is 4181 William Styron Square, and that's in Port Warwick. So that's Newport News, Virginia 23606, and that's in Port Warwick beside Tropical Smoothie. Okay. And we've been there for 10 years in August. Wow. And then our second location is 36 East Mellon Street, and that's in Hampton, Virginia. And we've been there for 4 years. So
awesome.
I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, really
excited.
This has been great, Lashonda. I'm so excited for you and Scratch and all the things that are coming. I'll be by there between now and Sunday for sure.
Okay, good. Now we're closed on Sunday before Sunday.
Okay, closed on Sunday. Let me write that down. Closed on Sunday. Okay, we got it.
You gotta go to church. You gotta go to church.
Yeah, man. Definitely need that worship piece. It's a must. Okay. Well, thank you again. Thanks so much for the interview. Excited to chat with you. And to those that are tuning in, it's Hampton Roads Black Restaurant Week. Scratch Bakery, $10 deal, includes a cupcake. That's insane.
I know. You can get a red velvet cupcake too. I mean, come on now.
That's crazy. HamptonRoadsBRW.com for a complete listing of participating restaurants, including Scratch Bakery. So we'll see y'all there.
This show is brought to you by Positive Vibes Incorporated, our consulting services. We do credit fixes, tax resolution, we lend private money to real estate investors, and we do debt consolidations. Basically, we put money in your pocket when you need money. We put money in your pocket when you need money. 757-932-0177.
Phenomenal. Stay with us online at Black Wall Street Today on Facebook and Black Wall Street Today on Instagram. And then follow us on Twitter as well at BWS Today. We look forward to talking again next week. Have a wonderful week. I have said and I will continue to say that the most important priority for the Black community is the Black community, not a particular political party. Phenomenal.
Hey, yo, when I say black, you say Wall Street. Black Wall Street. When I say black, you say Wall Street. Black. When I say black, you say Wall Street. Black. When I say black, you say Wall Street. Wall Street. Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street.